to do is just show you a little bit about the performance. So let's go up to menus. You'll see that menus are really fast now. Okay? So that's nice. One of the other things that people really wanted us to speed up was application launch. So I'm going to launch a photograph. I'm going to open a photo here, which is going to cause a launch of preview. Boom. There it is. Open. Let me quit that. Boom. There it is. Quit that. Boom. There it is. Let me open another text document. We'll open text edit. Boom. One bounce. All these applications are opening very, very fast, launching very, very fast. Let me launch Sherlock. Less than a bounce. Let me launch Mail. About a bounce. Okay? Now, these are our apps that we ship with Mac OS X. What about third-party apps? Well, Internet Explorer is a great poster child because it used to take over 5 bounces to launch IE. Let's take a look at it right now. 1 bounce. Okay? Let me close all these. I'll just, I got a little folder here. Let me select all these apps and just launch them. So, all right, let me quit all these guys. So, that gives you a sense of how fast things are launching now in 10.1. So, I want to show you one other thing. Let me open 3 photos again. Now, I want to show you something new we've added. You know of the Genie effect we've had to miniaturize. We've added a new effect called Scale. And you can pick whichever one you like. But I think we're going to ship with Scale turned on. And let me show you how fast miniaturization is. Yeah. You can see how fast it is. It's much faster even than the Genie. And again, I'll run it in slow motion. It's a very nice effect. Right? Boom, boom, boom. So that is also much faster in 10.1. Now let's go to the Finder. Well, resizing. Resizing is a lot faster in macOS 10.1. There's icon view. Let's go to list view, which was pretty slow. All right, it's like butter now. And let's go to column view. Again, let's get another column here. Column view, very fast as well. Now, another new feature in 10.1, watch this. Resizing of columns right there, real time. Okay. Very, very nice. Just resize all the columns right there. Okay, one other thing I'd like to show you now in the menu bar, we've added these new system menus here. These are for things in your system where you want status and you don't want to take up a dock slot to do it. You can choose to put these things up here. We have connections here to modems. You can right here take a look at what your connection status is, connect and disconnect. Speaker volume if you want it right here. Displays, you can switch display resolutions, even the battery. And you can show, as an example, you can show the time left on the battery, or you can even show the % of time left on the battery. And so all these things, as well as airport, if you have an airport card plugged in, show you your signal strength, let you turn airport off and on, etc., all right up there in the menu where they're super convenient. So now let's do some multimedia stuff. First thing I'd like to do now is launch the DVD player. Here it is. And let's go ahead and bring up a title. Here we go. And one of my favorites. Let's see. So let's go chapter selection, and I'll pick a good chapter. And let's go play this thing. No. Ha ha ha. All right, let's try that again. All right, chapter selection. Let's go over here. Let's try playing that, and let's play full frame. One of my favorite movies. So, all right. So, that is the DVD player. Now let's go ahead and launch iTunes. iTunes bundled in. And again, you know, we can go search for music, NOWH, you know, Nowhere Man, let's say. You know. Now, let's say it's a little too loud. We've added another nice thing. You know. Very nice. We have these on brightness and volume. All right. So iTunes bundled into Mac OS 10.1. And, oh, one other thing I want to show you about iTunes, actually. Let's go ahead and, we have also dock menus on the apps now. We can go to the next song. Or we can pause, whatever we want to do here. So we have menus off of the applications as well as the folders now. All right. Disk burning. Let me go ahead and eject this disk. It's Toy Story 2 disk. And I will put in a CDR disk. And we will see that pop up in just a minute. And let's go ahead and start to burn a CD right from the desktop. Takes a few minutes to figure out what kind of disk it is. Go ahead and prepare it, and it'll show up in just a second here. And now what I can do is just drag a few things right onto that disk, should it ever pop up. There it is. So let me go ahead and open it, and I'll just drag some things in like this. And I can just now, we have a burn button right on the toolbar if you choose to put it up there. And I can just pick burn. It says, do you want to burn? Yes. And I am now burning a data CD right from the desktop. So, all right. Another thing in the multimedia space is digital cameras. I've got a digital camera here with some photographs on it. Let's say I've just come back from taking these photographs, and all I have to do now to make them work with OS 10 is to turn the camera on, which can sometimes be the most time-consuming part of this process, and plug the USB cable right into, in this case, the keyboard. And if the camera indeed turned on, Mac OS 10 is going to recognize the camera, which it, I guess, didn't turn on here. Let's try turning the camera on. All right. Yeah, I need some help up here. It's technical. My camera's not turning on. What's that? I did slide it and let go. Not turning on. Here. Okay. We'll let an expert see if he can turn it on. Hopefully he can. So I want to show you, got it on? Batteries have to go back in for me throwing it, sorry. All right, let me show you one last thing then. I'm going to show you the dock. So let's go get the dock preferences panel. Again, preferences launches in about a bounce. So let's go get the dock preferences panel. And as you know, we can change the dock size, right? We can change magnification, turn it off and on. We can automatically hide the dock or not. And now we can put the dock on the left, the bottom, or the right. Works just the same as it did before. Boom, boom. Really, really nice. Okay. Now what I'd like to do is if we get this camera running, which it's not going to run, I'm afraid. All righty. Well, that's what I have to show you on Mac OS 10, some of the new features of Mac OS 10.1. So, Mac OS 10.1. It's going to be a free upgrade for existing owners of Mac OS 10. We're going to ship it in September. And if it is 4 o'clock today in our transition to Mac OS 10, when we ship 10.1, it will be 6 o'clock, halfway through the transition. Not only have we shipped 4 upgrades, but we will have our first major release from the initial release of Mac OS 10. Halfway through the transition this September. That's what's happening on Mac OS 10. All right. Now, let's get into hardware. Got 4 product lines. First thing I'd like to do today is focus on our notebooks. Our notebooks are like a rocket right now. Let me first take the iBook. The iBook is an incredible product we introduced on May 1st. It is a wonderful implementation of our digital hub strategy. The new iBook can sit at the center of all your digital devices. You can make movies, you can burn CDs on it. It's wonderful. And the reviews it's gotten are phenomenal. I have a new favorite laptop, the LA Times. The iBook, richly featured and starting at $12.99, is close to ideal for students. Business Week. At 4.9 pounds with a full complement of ports, a CD or DVD drive, the new iBook is the lightest, smallest, full-featured consumer portable I've seen. Walt Mossberg, The Wall Street Journal. The iBook stealth feature is its price. The base model is $500 less than the lowest price similarly configured Windows competitor, pounding a silver spike through the heart of the notion that Macintosh elegance necessarily commands a premium price. The New York Times. And the new iBook is simply the best consumer laptop on the market today. Dell, Compaq, and the others should be ashamed they haven't come close to building a laptop this cool and at this price. ZDNet. So, we announced the new iBook on May 1st, and during the month of May and the month of June, last quarter, we shipped 182,000 of our new iBooks. This is more notebook computers than we have ever shipped of any model in any quarter, and we did it in 2 months. Unfortunately, we were still not able to meet the retail demand. So we're working overtime to ship a lot more iBooks this month and this quarter, and if you've had trouble getting one, you should be able to get one real soon. So the new iBook's an exceptional product. Our second portable, PowerBook. PowerBook has won industry-wide acclaim as the best notebook computer around. It's made out of titanium. And the thing is, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. And the reviews it's gotten are also wonderful. The PowerBook G4 is a landmark hardware achievement. The titanium laptop blew me away, the San Jose Mercury. Whether you need it or not, I guarantee you'll want one. If you've ever suffered Sony Vaio envy, this PowerBook will end it once and for all. The Houston Chronicle. If you could take just one laptop with you on a desert island, this would be the one, the Boston Globe. I think the new PowerBook G4 Titanium is the most impressive notebook computer ever, Fortune magazine. We have never had a notebook lineup get these kinds of reviews. It is unbelievable, and we really, really appreciate your response to these portables. We're making them as fast as we can. So let's go to desktops now. Start with the iMac. iMac. Today, we got 3 new models of the iMac. Let's talk about it. 500, 600, and 700 megahertz iMacs. Fastest iMacs we've ever shipped. 128 megabytes to 256 megabytes of memory, all plenty enough to run Mac OS X. 20, 40, and 60 hard gig drives, the largest drives we've ever shipped on an iMac. CDRW across the board. $999 on our entry iMac. 500 megahertz, 128 megabytes, CDRW. Today, availability for the 500 and the 600 megahertz, availability on the 700 next month. So again, take a look at this entry SKU and see how far we've come from where we were even a year ago. 500 megahertz, 128 megabytes, a 20 gig hard drive, CDRW for under $1,000. It's amazing. It's the first time we've ever had a CDRW iMac under $1,000. Now, the 500 megahertz SKU is available in Indigo and Snow. The 600 and 700 megahertz are available